Hey guys, I have no idea how this is framed right now. The camera is like slightly tilted, but that was the only way I could get it to stay up. So I'm just hoping that it's okay. But this is going to be a review of book 2 of Korra's finale, which was episodes 13 and 14, so Darkness Falls and Light in the Dark. It's been like, what, 2 weeks or something since I watched these episodes because they aired early on Nickelodeon, and I'm just now getting around to reviewing them. As you can see, I'm at home for Thanksgiving break and school has just been crazy, so I'm extremely behind, and now, like, I remember the episodes, but I'm having trouble remembering exact things I want to talk about, so hopefully I remember everything that I wanted to mention. I definitely want to start about how Asami did basically nothing, and I mentioned this in my review for the past 2 episodes too on my blog. I just hate how Korra, I think at the end of the past 2 episodes, because I mentioned it in I reviewed episodes 11 and 12 on my blog, and I remember mentioning how Korra just tells Asami to, like, go with them, and she's, like, hardly in the finale at all, and that just frustrates me so much, because she's a part of Team Avatar, and then she helps in those episodes, and then in the finale she does basically nothing, and that just frustrates me so much. I hated that. We got to see Iroh again. That was really exciting. I loved that. And then in between episodes 12 and 13, like before episodes 13 and 14 were put online, I was on Tumblr and I was kind of thinking like maybe Aang would show up since all of the siblings were going to the spirit world, and I thought it would kind of make sense. And then at first I thought that was just like kind of a far-fetched idea, but like it was just something random that occurred to me. But as time got closer to the episode, I started becoming more and more convinced that Aang really would show up, and other people were kind of saying that they thought he might. So I was getting kind of pretty sure that we would see him somehow, especially since I remembered we saw him in the finale of book 1, so it would kind of like tie the 2 finales together, and lo and behold, he did. But I'm kind of upset that he only appeared to Tenzin. I understand at the same time Tenzin's the most important character and everything, so having him appear to Aang makes sense, but at the same time I'm really sad that Bumi and Kaya didn't get to see Aang and everything, but and Jinora, I really, really wanted Jinora to see Aang, but it was also very interesting to see Aang older. We haven't seen him that old. I'm assuming he appeared that old because that's how Tenzin remembers him. Like, I'm assuming that's what Aang looked like around when he died, so it's Tenzin's last memory of him, and that's why he appeared that way to Tenzin. I'm not entirely sure if Aang really was there, or if it was just Tenzin imagining him there, but I don't think it really matters. It's kind of like in the end of Deathly Hallows when Dumbledore tells Harry that's all happening in his head, but why should that mean it's not real? I'm kind of thinking of that with Tenzin seeing Aang. But I really liked getting to see him. I love anytime we get to see Aang, and I loved getting to see Iroh, and I loved those aspects of the finale. Bolin and Eska were interesting in this episode. I thought it was weird how he suddenly seemed to like her. I mean, I guess, again, but I guess being in a life or death situation, I guess, but I don't know. I'm kind of glad that she became smart enough to, like, put a stop to the relationship, and that they'll just both move on and be much happier. I mentioned this before, like, I kind of want Bolin with Asami now, even though it's also weird to me at the same time. So with Eska being out of the picture permanently, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. All of the fighting in these episodes was brilliant. Like, the animation in these episodes altogether was amazing, but everything was just perfect. I loved Korra going into, like, her giant spirit self, and Jinora coming in and saving everyone with Rava, and just everything was just great. The only thing, I was freaking out when Unalaq, right, her uncle, was killing, like, Rava, and you could see the past lives disappearing. I started freaking out. And I'm still really upset about that. Like, I was freaking out at first because I didn't know if she was going to be able to go into the Avatar state. And now I'm thinking she can go into the Avatar state because Juan was the first Avatar and he had, like, an Avatar state kind of thing with Rava. So I'm assuming Korra has the Avatar state, it's just that she's lost all her connection to the past lives. So when she goes into the Avatar state, it's, like, just Rava, is what I'm kind of getting. But I'm really sad that her past lives are gone, and Aang is gone. She has no connection to him anymore. And that makes me really, really upset. But it'll be interesting because she's kind of starting all over. Like, the avatar after her will like only have Korra's life is kind of what I'm assuming. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes in book 3 now that everything's different. I am happy with how Korra and Mako ended their relationship. Admitting that they still love each other but that they shouldn't be in a relationship. I like that. The only thing is I'm still not happy with the romance, not because of this episode, but because of the episode before it. Like, if just the stuff of this episode had happened, I'd be fine with Korra and Mako and the romance. But the stuff that happened before it is still kind of making me not like it, because I just don't like the love triangle thing. I don't like that they did that. I'm still not happy with it. And I don't know, it wasn't the stuff in this episode so much that I didn't like, but it was how the stuff from past episodes carried over. I'm still not happy that they decided to do that. I am interested in knowing if, because I don't really know if Mako and Asami are still together or not after the whole Korra thing, and that wasn't really addressed. It'll be interesting to see in book 3 if they go for a Mako-Asami relationship again, or if he's just going to be single, which I think would be the better option right now. I just want all 3 of them to be single for a while and move on, and then if, I mean I want Mako and Korra together ultimately, but I think it's just better if the 3 of them stay single for at least a season. So that, I would prefer that, but we'll see if that actually happens. But I think that's all I have to say on the finale. I'm really, really looking forward to book 3 and seeing how the world is different now and seeing how everything changes and what happens. I'm hoping that we don't have to wait too long to get it. Fingers crossed. But I will see you guys later. Bye.